It's important to know all the numbers on a fix and flip project to make sure it's a profitable deal. Today we're gonna do exactly that, and we're gonna talk about purchase price, rehab numbers, holding costs, lender fees, commissions, and potentially what this can sell for and what our number is for profit. Hey everybody, welcome to Cape Cod. Today I'm gonna show you guys this 2,000 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. We took about 90 days renovating, and I would love to jump on crunching the numbers with you guys. Show you exactly what we paid for it, how much we spent, what can we potentially make as a profit, so you guys can understand what a fix and flip in Greater Boston gets you in profit-wise. Let's jump right in, let's go. So guys, this is a single family home. Turned out really good, but we're gonna show you guys some before and after to see what it looked like when we purchased it on September 1st. I'm sorry, September 2nd, it's actually our closing date. Purchase price for this property, I'm gonna put it right here on the corner, it's $350,000. Guys, if you haven't watched the prior video we did with Devon, please go check it out. We'll put the link below as we talk about how we secured this deal for $350,000 over text message. So please check that out. That was a really good video. We go over everything. Purchase price $350,000, but obviously there's a lot of things that we have to account for before we can calculate the profit, right? So let's talk about how much we borrowed on this $350,000. We did borrow $300,000 from a hard money lender. And if you guys don't know what a hard money lender is, just someone that acts as a bank, but they give us a loan and they are pretty much secured by the property, by the asset. They are not lending on me personally. So a lot of fix and flippers use hard money lenders. They are fast, they can turn the loan around in a very quick way. So that's what we do. We work with a lot of hard money lenders. What we pay right now, it's 10% interest annually and 2 points. It's important for you guys to know that, and we're gonna talk about the cost of the loan because that's super important to know. But it's 10% on the total amount that we're borrowing, and 2 points is pretty much 2% on the amount that we're borrowing, right? I'm gonna show you exactly what that turns into. But that's what we're borrowing. Now the 2 points on $300,000, plus we're borrowing $75,000 to do the renovations. We spent more money than that, and if you guys have followed me, you know that I typically go over budget. It's just the name of the game. But the takeaway for you is that if you're doing a fix and flip project, make sure that you have a contingency because you will end up going over budget. So we borrowed a total of $375,000. Lender fees, the 2 points, $7,500. The important thing here, guys, is that this is a fee that you pay up front at closing, right? So this is cash that you gotta bring to the closing table. So we talked about lender fees, then you got closing cost. Anytime you're buying real estate, you have to pay an attorney to help you with all the paperwork, right? You got what's called title insurance on the property. You need to insure your property for any title issues. And then you got recording fees. Typically, I believe we were just shy of $4,000 for this particular property when we purchased it. So that's closing cost. Again, attorney fees, recording fees, and title insurance. Title insurance is pretty much the most expensive item here. So the hard money lender, the benefit of that is that you only typically pay about 10% down. Instead of a lender, a traditional bank, they're gonna ask you guys for 20-25% down deposit. Hard money lender is more expensive, right? Higher annual fees for interest and the points, but they can give you a lot more money up front, and they will give you 100% of construction. I only got $75,000 instead of what I ended up spending because I thought I'm only gonna spend $75,000, right? So I asked them to fund 100% of construction. So wanted to share that with you guys, but that's the closing cost. Closing cost in purchasing the property, it's about $36,500, right? I'm gonna call this purchase cost. Rehab cost. I'm just gonna give you guys the number. It's $115,000. So we're not gonna have time to break this down line item by line item today. That's not the goal of this video, but it's about $115,000. And this is just shy of 2,000 square feet home. So cost per square feet is $57,500. And this is important, guys, because if you're jumping into rehab and fix and flips, You can also calculate your budget based on cost per square feet. Based on experience, we're usually for this particular house, for this quality of renovations, we're at about $60 per square feet. If we are renovating apartments and just doing some quick turnarounds, that's a totally different number. If we are doing a full gut rehab, taking this down to the studs, that's a different number. But what we did here is we replaced flooring, we replaced kitchen and baths, we painted the property, we updated electrical and plumbing, we did the siding, we installed all brand new windows, we installed a brand new deck. So we did a bunch of stuff, but it's not a full gut rehab. And we spent about $57.50 or let's say $60 per square feet, right? I wanted to give you guys that as a rule of thumb because I get a lot of calls and emails saying, how much do you renovate for? How can I budget my fix and flip? So it's important to know that number. What's important for you guys to know is that there's a lot of holding costs. When you watch the HGTV shows, this is not a number they talk about. But holding costs, what we have is you got mortgage payments, right? Because obviously we work with a hard money lender, but you need to pay them monthly for 6 months, because this is gonna turn into a 6-month project in total from purchase to sale. In 6 months, we are paying them $18,750. That is our mortgage payments to the hard money lender. And the way I calculated that is I took the $375,000 total loan that we have times 10% annually. And then you can divide that in two, right? To get it for only the 6 months, and it's $18,750. Then you got property taxes. Property tax, you look at the assessed value for the town, for this particular property. Ours is $4,500 a year. Again, I'm only keeping the property for 6 months, so our share for taxes is $22.50. Insurance. Guys, you're gonna have proper insurance, and I hope if you have a project like this that you buy proper insurance. You want to be covered, right, in case something happens. So proper insurance annually is somewhere between $2,500 and $3,000 depending on where the property is located, if you need flood insurance or not, the value of the property, all that stuff. But I put $1,500 payment here for insurance, again, only for the 6 months. And then utilities, right, because you can have lights on, gas, electricity, oil, whatever it is, you need the property heated, especially in the winter months. So utilities, just a rough number of $500. So it's important to know all this cost. And it's important to know because holding cost is something that you're gonna have to pay monthly before you sell the property. So we have to total this up, and we better make sure we have the funds to pay these bills on a monthly basis. Otherwise, mortgage guy is not gonna be happy. Property taxes, the town probably going to send a demand letter, right? So you cannot skip on this. And this is cash that you got to have on the bank before the sale of the property. So that's the important part. You got to have that liquid. Total, $23,000. So I got to have that in the bank in order to take care of the 6 months payments for everything here. We listed this property just the other day for $549. It's the cheapest property in this area in Cape Cod. Really, really nice product, corner lot. Even in the market that we are in right now, where with high interest rates, prices are cooling off, I think, and guys, I'm gonna update you on what we get for an offer, but I have a feeling we'll end up with an offer for $580. I said that on camera, so let's see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Wanted to stop the video and give you guys a quick update. We ended up with 4 offers on this property, ended up accepting one for $575, and I'm happy about it. You might be wondering, like, are you crazy? Why are you listing it for $549? Guys, we always do this. The 3 things that we do on any listing is quality photos, quality video, great staging, and then price it right. By pricing it right, it means just price it under where the market is, because we want an open house to be packed here. And I'm not afraid. If I list at $549, market will bring me where the market is. So if the market is at $580 based on demand, I'm gonna get $580, right? But I wanna price it lower. I wanna make sure we're really busy here this weekend when we have the open house. So, sale price, $585. Now, the loan between purchase and rehab is a total of $375. If you guys remember when we started, we said $300,000 is what they gave us for the purchase, $75 for the rehab, and then we got 4% commissions. So 4% commissions on 580,000. Actually, what I've run numbers with is 585. So again, let's see if I get that number. But commissions on $585,000 is $23,400. That's the commission I have to pay to my listing agent, and they will split it most likely with the buyer's agent. And then you got staging fees. You can include staging on the rehab. I did not, so I'm going to include staging here. Also to show you guys that I am not afraid of paying for staging. Staging is going to sell this house. I love the staging that Chelsea does for us. If you guys need a referral, comment below and I'll connect you with her. But staging sells our properties and it's a great return on investment. So $4,000 in expense for a 3-bedroom house to be staged. And then we got closing cost. Closing cost, I put down based on experience, that will be about $3,300. And closing cost, again, you got an attorney fee, and you also have what's called the Massachusetts stamp tax. So it's a tax that you pay to the state of Massachusetts for the sale of the property. And you might be wondering, like, didn't we cover closing costs earlier? Yes, we did, but you got closing costs when you purchase a property, and you got closing costs when you sell the property. So make sure you account for both of them. So guys, it's a lot of cost, right? You got the acquisition cost, you got the holding cost, now you got the selling cost. How much money are we making on this deal? Well, we purchased for $350. We are renovating it for $115. We got all the costs that I just mentioned, and if we sell it for $585, you ready for this? We're making $77,000. All right, guys, I'm going to interrupt the video one last time here to give you an update on the profit numbers. Now that the property sold, again, sold for $575, our profit number is, drum roll please, $81,000 roughly. There's still some final invoices coming in, but we're gonna end up with a profit of $81,000 on this property. And the main reason we ended up with $81,000 is the timeline, how fast we turned this around. On the numbers I shared with you guys, I've been saying 6 months, and we ended up keeping this property only for 4 months and a week. That's great, because now that, any interest that we had to pay now turns into profit. So keep that in mind. Fix and flips are very time sensitive. The shorter you keep them, the better. But I'm happy about this one because 4 months is a really quick turnaround timeline. It hits exactly where we need to be on our profit margins. Guys, 70 to 80,000 is our average profit for fix and flips. And that's the most important thing I wanted to show you, because if you get started in this journey, you want to know what to shoot for. In the market we are in right now, it's very, very important to buy and sell quickly. But if we only keep this property for 5 months instead of 6, there's another $5,000 that we earn because we're selling it fast and we got less holding cost. So keep all of that in mind. It's important to turn projects fast, and it's important to buy projects that don't need a lot of work. Start with a similar project and hopefully you guys make the same or more money. I really wish you make more money than that. Guys, that's all I got for today. Wanted to give you the background numbers. I'm all about sharing exactly what happens in our business. Not only how we find the deals, but how much are we making, and then lessons learned. So comment below, like, share, subscribe, and catch you guys on the next one.